Welcome to 9 a.m. on this Friday. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Let's take a look at today's headlines.
Massive announcement from the FBI. Ryan Wedding, the Olympic snowboarder turned drug kingpin, has been arrested. What we know at this hour.
Plus, LA County deputies opened fire, killing an alleged armed robbery suspect. Details on the active investigation.
And Iran in turmoil. What President Trump is doing in response to the anti-regime protests that have killed thousands of people. What Iran's top prosecutor is saying this morning.
And we do have that leftover chance for some light showers today. That area of low pressure that brought us a scattered rain is still spinning to our south, but it is far enough away now where we're definitely seeing a little less in that instability. Just some isolated showers possible today as well as early tomorrow morning. Currently, temperatures are ranging from 49 in Palmdale, 52 in Pasadena, 55 in Corona. It's 32 in Big Bear to that 61 in Palm Springs. There's still a slight chance for some moisture up in the Big Bear area, 20% chance. And maybe even a couple of inches of snow up above 7,000 feet. More sunshine for the high desert, low desert areas, getting up to the low 70s there in the Coachella Valley. Downtown LA should be around 66 today, which is still below the average of 68, but a mixture of sunshine and some clouds. Upper 60s for the valleys and the Inland Empire to the low 60s along our coastline. I'll share the rest of the forecast in just a few minutes. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Maria. We do continue following this breaking news in Ontario. That is where the FBI is about to hold a news conference on the arrest of Ryan Wedding. He is the former Olympic snowboarder who was a fugitive on the FBI's 10 most wanted list, accused of murder and money laundering as part of a massive drug operation. He was arrested in Mexico and is being brought back here to the United States today at Ontario International Airport. The news conference is set to begin any moment now, and when that happens, we will take you there live.
And we do have breaking news in West Hills this morning, where sheriff deputies fatally shot an armed robbery suspect in the middle of a heist.
Let's go to Mario right now, and he can explain a little bit more on what exactly happened. Good morning.
Roxy, Sandra, we've been on the scene of this lengthy investigation now going on 11 hours, and this all happening in a busy shopping plaza in West Hills. I'll take you to the front of that store there, that Michael's, where you can see two visible bullet holes, shattered glass here along the storefront where this all played out. Let's go to the video. This happened just after 8:30 last night outside the Michael's at the Fallbrook Center shopping plaza here on Fallbrook and Van Owen. Now, according to sheriff's officials, detectives from the department's Major Crimes Bureau, they were already here conducting a surveillance operation connected to a string of recent robberies in the Malibu Lost Hills area. And detectives say while in the parking lot, they saw an armed man approach a woman and try to rob her in front of the Michael store. Investigators say when they tried to make contact and detain the suspect, the shooting unfolded with that man being...
All right, Mario, thank you. Let's now go to the FBI news conference at the Ontario International Airport. Director Kash Patel speaking right now.
He went from an Olympic snowboarder to the largest narco trafficker in modern times. He's a modern-day El Chapo. He is a modern-day Pablo Escobar, and he thought he could evade justice. But these brave men and women put together a prosecution package, put together an investigative package, put together an operation strategy, and here we are today bringing him to justice for trafficking hundreds of kilos of cocaine and also for the murder of innocent civilians. This individual and his organization and the Sinaloa cartel poured narcotics into the streets of North America and killed too many of our youth and corrupted too many of our citizens. And that ends today. I also want to have a tremendous shout out to the government of Mexico. President Sheinbaum, Secretary Harfouche, and the military and law enforcement officers of Mexico worked hand in glove with our teams on the ground there to apprehend last night in Mexico City Ryan Wedding. I was privileged to be there on a previously planned trip, and this was a great operation that came together through interagency success because no one behind me and to the side of me cares about credit. They care about putting away the bad guys and safeguarding our communities. That is the leadership that President Trump has brought to the presidency. That is the support that he has brought to law enforcement from coast to coast. And I just can't say how thankful I am to be a small part of this and lead the FBI. These men and women do the hard work. But when you go after a guy like Ryan Wedding, it takes a united front. And that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing global partnerships from coast to coast. I want to give a special shout out to our ambassador in Mexico, Ambassador Ron Johnson quarterbacked this effort for us from Mexico for a year plus. As soon as he got to post at our new embassy compound there, he made this a priority, and he came through. This is what leadership looks like. And this is a historic 2025 year the FBI is having. To put it in perspective, the FBI has had 67,000 arrests this year alone. That is a 200% increase. The FBI has captured 6 of the top 10 most fugitives on our board. The FBI has also seized enough fentanyl to kill 150 million Americans, a 31% increase. The FBI has arrested 35% more espionage corrupt actors from China, Russia, the DPRK, and Iran. The FBI has found and identified 6,000 children that were missing. That is up 22%. All of these historic record-breaking numbers lead to another historic record-breaking number brought to you by President Trump's leadership. That is a 20% decline in the murder rate in the United States of America. That is an all-time record for the modern era. Our communities are safeguarded by these men and women. We are thankful to be partnered with the Department of Justice and the relentless efforts to safeguard our communities by Attorney General Pam Bondi and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. But we're not done today. We're going to get back on the plane, and we've captured and apprehended another top 10 fugitive while we were in Mexico, and we're going to head east and hand him over to local law enforcement authorities. I also want to give a huge shout out to state and local law enforcement. This work is not possible at all without them on the front lines every single day. They are the greatest partners we could ever have, and thank God we have a president who backs the blue. And that is what results look like. Personally, for me at the FBI, I want to thank our hostage rescue team. I want to thank our special forces, our special flight operations unit. I want to thank our headquarters component, our LA field office. This was an enterprise-wide success. The moving pieces to pull this off and apprehend one of the world's most wanted criminals and bring him to justice in the United States of America can only be done when you have leadership from the top with President Trump, the Attorney General, and all these great leaders here. I'm going to turn it over to the Assistant Director in charge of the Los Angeles Field Office, Akil Davis, for some more comments on the case itself and the investigation.
Thanks, Liz. Good morning. My name is Akil Davis. I'm the Assistant Director in charge of the FBI's Los Angeles Field Office. We told you in November we would find Mr. Wedding, and today that day has arrived. The long arm of the law extends beyond our borders. This marks the 500th capture of an FBI top 10 fugitive since its inception 75 years ago. I want to congratulate the devoted team effort that led to this capture. Today is a great day for the FBI and for our partners here today, specifically our partners at the RCMP, the LAPD, and the DEA, and so many other agencies at every level. But it's also a good day for the victims of this case. Ryan Wedding tormented several people and several families that will never be the same. But today, they get the justice that they sought. Investigators worked tirelessly for well over a year to find Mr. Wedding, where he will face federal prosecution. As you know, Mr. Wedding and others are charged for their roles in a transnational organized crime network, shipping massive amounts of cocaine, approximately 60 metric tons, through Southern California on its way to Canada. Mr. Wedding is also wanted for orchestrating multiple murders of victims and government witnesses. In addition to the massive manhunt that went into apprehending Mr. Wedding, we worked with State Department to offer rewards, and the Treasury's Office of Foreign Asset Control, which imposed crushing sanctions in this case. This case is also being worked under the auspices of the Homeland Security Task Force here in Los Angeles. I'd like to provide a few details to illustrate the sheer work that has gone into this case. We've arrested 36 people for their role in this organization. Again, we've worked with our Canadian partners, our Mexican partners, our partners in Colombia and the Dominican Republic. The Treasury Department has sanctioned 19 people, including Ryan Wedding himself. We've seen mountain of drugs, cash, weapons. We seized a Mercedes-Benz estimated over $15 million. We seized dozens of motorcycles worth approximately $40 million, and other valuable artwork and jewelry. Ryan Wedding will be held in custody over the weekend and is anticipated to have his initial appearance on Monday morning. While we're happy about this victory, we have a lot of work ahead of us to prosecute this case and continue our investigation. I want to emphasize we are still seeking multiple individuals wanted for their roles in this organization. The State Department is still offering a $2 million reward for information leading to additional arrests. I ask anyone with information to contact us at 424-494-0614. The number can be called internationally, domestically via WhatsApp, Signal, or Telegram. I also would like to thank, lastly, the Ontario International Airport for making this possible, securing the security of the scene and allowing us to plan this in such a way. Thank you, and I'd now like to turn it over to Chief McDonald of the Los Angeles Police Department.
Thank you, Akil, and thank you all for being here today. The Los Angeles Police Department is proud to stand with our federal, international, and local partners as we announce the arrest of Ryan James Wedding. This has been a coordinated, intelligence-driven investigation into Wedding's global drug trafficking organization, which used Los Angeles as its primary point of distribution. Our collective efforts led to the seizure of more than 2,300 kilograms of cocaine, 44 kilograms of methamphetamine, 44 kilograms of fentanyl, 8 firearms, and over $55 million in illicit assets. This outcome reflects the tireless and seamless collaboration of the FBI, the LAPD, the DEA, and we're joined by Brian Clark here, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Together, we have disrupted a major narcotics pipeline impacting Los Angeles, the United States, and Canada. This is a significant blow to a criminal network that has endangered communities across borders. I want to personally thank the dedicated men and women from every agency represented here. For my own agency, the work of Gang and Narcotics Division particularly, their relentless commitment over the past 2 years has made this operation possible. Because of their work, Los Angeles is safer.
All right, we've been listening to FBI authorities and Chief McDonald there talking about the arrest of Ryan Wedding, the ex-Olympian they were looking for. He was on the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitive list. So he was arrested yesterday in Mexico. And of course, we'll have more details on this story. Gigi Graciette is there on the ground and have a full report coming up. And we'll keep you up to date on air and, of course, online at foxla.com.
First, though, why don't we do a little traffic here with Maria?
Yeah, let's do a little traffic check. Good morning to you on this Friday. Good Day LA Traffic is brought to you by Downtown LA Law, Accident, and Injury Attorneys. Taking a wide look at our traffic map and, more importantly, one of our live traffic cameras right now. This is a clear shot of the 57 freeway, northbound side, this side of the freeway with the cars coming at you. Both sides of the 57 right now looking really nice. This is at Tonner, so that's the good news. Drive times in and out of downtown LA, also not too bad. It's kind of on the Friday light side. Westbound 10 coming out of downtown LA towards Santa Monica between the 5 to the 4-5. Just 38 minutes right now. Northbound 110 between the 4-5 to the 10, 21 minutes. And on the west 60 between the 57 to the 5, similarly at 23 minutes. Here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DT LA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
And welcome back to I'm meteorologist Maria Pavon. Good day. Lay weather is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casinos. We had some measurable rain yesterday, and as forecast, it really wasn't too much. Mount Baldy got a quarter of an inch of rain. Santa Ana just a little less than that. Ontario almost 2/10. Yorba Linda about 14/100th of an inch of rain, and much less in Saugus. And it was that beneficial, really light rain that was scattered across SoCal. This area of low pressure is actually still nearby, so we're going to get a little bit of instability from the system as it continues to move east away from us today as well as tomorrow morning, but very light, very isolated if we do get those showers. That low is going to be part of the big weather extreme conditions and dangerous conditions across most of the country this weekend into Monday. We've got an area of high pressure behind that is going to build starting Monday, which will help produce the warm-up that we're expecting next week, back up to above average in the 70s. Today still slightly below the average, but nice, kind of a mix of sunshine and some clouds with a 10% chance for some showers. So we're seeing some of that green stuff on the radar, and that's the possibility of some rain for us. 66 for downtown LA, 65 in San Diego. Just a quick look at our day planner here for Riverside with a little more sunshine this afternoon, with that temperature getting into the upper 60s at around 2 p.m., cooling down to 61 at 6 o'clock. I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Maria. Okay, ladies. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. On my cue, I'm going to need you to go, ooh, okay? Get ready.
Okay.
Yesterday, we gave you the list of this year's Oscar nominees, but there's another award show that's well known, yet no one really wants to be nominated for it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, thank you. And that is the Razzies.
It's a human.
What did you think I was?
Nothing. Ghost.
I've never seen anything like this.
Eyewitness video is coming in from all over the world.
Oh boy, here's one no one wants to get, and that is the Razzie. It's the awards honor, if we can even say that if you feel like it is, that honors the worst films and performances of the year. Hey, you know what? It's all subjective, right? But Amazon's War of the Worlds got 6 nominations, including Worst Film and Worst Actor for Ice Cube. Oh, and then poor Disney, because Disney's live-action Snow White also wound up with 6 noms for Worst Picture, Worst Actress, Rachel Zegler, and a Supporting Actor nod for all 7 of the CGI dwarfs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Rude. Pretty cruel.
Yeah.
Ice Cube is nice.
You know, but listen, let's go back to Hollywood. There's no such thing as bad press.
That's right.
Right?
Can I ask you something? Don't laugh.
I'm not going to laugh. Wait, hold on.
I think you are.
Okay, ask me.
There's not like a formal ceremony or anything for the Razzies, right?
There is.
No way.
There is. Hey, like I said, there's no such thing.
No, seriously?
There is.
Like people get together for it?
You can if you want to.
No, but I'm saying...
Is there
like a red carpet?
gala?
Yes, there is.
Oh, okay. I guess it wasn't.
You gotta own it, right, David? Right.
Wow.
You gotta own it.
What if they don't show
David,
up?
our stage manager, knows that sometimes, you know what? Better to be named in the press.
But what if they, like, you don't show up?
Most don't.
Okay.
Yeah. Most don't.
Most don't. Then who goes and collects the award?
She goes to...
I'd go just to take pictures. No, I'm just kidding. I report on it. Okay, Harry Styles is heading back to the stage with his 7-city global residency, Together Together. When I say watermelon sugar, you say watermelon sugar.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
Thank you. He's gonna He's gonna perform 50 shows and say hi to lots of people.
I love him.
Including 30 shows at New York's Madison Square Garden. So hey, New York tourism about to go all the way up. His only U.S. dates, though, are there. The residency kicks off May 16th and runs through December 13th. It follows the release of his 4th album on March 6th. Do we like Harry better as a singer, or do we like Harry better as an actor?
I think he's just great at both, but I love his music, and I love that song.
I know. He's good. He's good.
Very talented.
One direction for that guy, and it's
Up, up. We're going up, up.
Only in our minds we're singing it.
yeah. How do you give a Razzie to somebody if they're not in person? Like I
don't know.
You know.
I was just asking.
It's just an email.
That's right. Online. All right, coming up, you think you know all of the TSA rules for traveling on an airplane?
Yeah, we're going to show you how Southwest Airlines is having some fun with their public service announcement.
And the Razzie goes to, let me see your Razzie face, Aroxia.
In the audience.
All right, ladies, are you thirsty for more? Yesterday, I told you about the viral Dr. Pepper, baby.
The jingle.
And nice.
Yeah.
Yep. It was the commercial, was the jingle that was stuck in our heads. And now Southwest Airlines is saying, hold our Dr. Pepper, because we're hopping on the catchy song trend. So they released a PSA video to remind passengers about a very important rule when packing your belongings.
Bring your batteries with you. Keep them by your side. Carry on only when you're in the sky.
This is not catchy. This isn't
This is
catching
very-
anything.
Very bandish, AI-ish.
What is that, a battery?
Yeah.
So Southwest hopes that this message will remind passengers, don't pack your lithium-ion batteries and check luggage. Don't you hate when that happens?
Right.
What?
Carry them in your...
Yeah, there have been at least 50 incidents on planes involving battery smoke, fire, or heat damage.
Oh, boy.
So while this PSA is cute and all, there's a serious message and serious cause for
That is
concern
serious.
here.
I didn't know that, but this isn't helping me take it seriously.
The dancing electronics is really something. Some people love the song, but others can't help but point out this video uses AI. And you know what? Romeo on TikTok was on her bed with her phone, just doing jingles off the dome.
That's
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
on her bed, in her home, doing jingles off the dome.
Go record that. Do it. Record.
I know.
Tag,
You're right.
Share. Post.
Excuse me, I gotta go do that. Bye.
And the commercial wasn't AI, it was real Dr.
That's right.
Peppers.
Real
right?
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
You know, Dr. Pepper sounds good right about now. Do you want to go upstairs and grab some?
Yeah, actually I do.
French
It's
fries,
good and nice.
too.
Thank you.
On ice.
Yeah. All right, coming up. Oh, there she is. Go do your thing. Okay, so coming up, the Rams are on their way to Seattle to play for a trip, of course, to the Super Bowl.
We'll highlight some of the best watch parties right here in Southern California.
Dr. Pep. On ice. It's nice.
Good morning and welcome to your Friday. It is 9:30. I'm Roxy Garvadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Let's take a look at today's headlines. A $15 million manhunt comes to an end. Ryan Wedding, the Olympic snowboarder turned drug kingpin, has been arrested. What the FBI is saying this morning.
Plus, a message to the public from LA County Sheriff Robert Luna, why he says 911 call services are down.
And do you think pet tricks are cool? Well, wait until you see one Canine Stunt Show has in store for audiences. We'll give you a sneak peek, but first, check on weather.
They're amazing. The weather was nice yesterday. We had some gentle showers for the most part, and we're going to see maybe a 10% chance for some leftover isolated showers as this area of low pressure is still spinning nearby just to our south. You can see some of the moisture associated with it and that counterclockwise spin of that storm system. That's going to be partly responsible, actually largely responsible for all of the extreme weather we're expecting across the rest of the country. Future snow, icy conditions extending all the way from parts of the desert Southwest and Texas all the way through the plains and into the mid-Atlantic and New England. So we're talking about a lot of snow this weekend. It could be records. We'll see what happens, but icy conditions for the most part really scary with a lot of the trees and coming down power lines, very heavy, half an inch of ice expected through the weekend. So hopefully your family, friends will be okay. And if you did have some travel plans, you might want to just postpone because travel is going to be heavily impacted by that severe weather. If you're traveling to the Pacific Northwest, that should be okay. Maybe you're going to the Rams game, about 43 degrees on Sunday, so not as cold as when they had to battle the Bears in Chicago. 67 here, conversely, on Sunday with temperatures just slightly below the average. It'll get back to the 70s as we get into next week, though, with some drier conditions. Back to you.
All right, breaking news right now. The FBI has captured a suspect on its top 10 most wanted list.
He was just brought back to the United States from Mexico, and Gigi Gracia joins us live from Ontario International Airport with all the details. Gigi.
Good morning. It is official. Ryan Wedding, known better as El Jefe, the boss or public enemy, is now in the custody of the Los Angeles Police Department. He arrived here in Ontario on that U.S. government Boeing plane you see there here at the airport at 7:53. The plane flying in from Mexico City, where he was taken into custody. In the plane also, the director of the FBI, Kash Patel, officials with the Royal Canadian Mounted Patrol and other law enforcement agencies like the Drug Enforcement Agency. Now, take a look, because Wedding, again, whose aliases include El Jefe, the boss, giant and public enemy, was an Olympic skier, snowboarder. He competed in the Canadian Olympics in 2002. In the Olympics, rather, he is from Canada, excuse me. At some point, though, authorities say he turned from sports to drug dealing, running a major transnational drug trafficking network. They say shipped tons of cocaine from Colombia through Mexico right into Los Angeles and then onto Canada. He's also accused of ordering hits on rivals, with multiple murders now being attributed to him, including the shooting deaths of 2 members of one family in Ontario, Canada in 2023. That was, according to officials, in retaliation for a stolen drug shipment. Now, this morning, we heard from the FBI, we heard from Kash Patel, and we also heard from LAPD Chief McDonald.
Mr. Wedding and others are charged for their roles in a transnational organized crime network, shipping massive amounts of cocaine, approximately 60 metric tons, through Southern California on its way to Canada. Mr. Wedding is also wanted for orchestrating multiple murders of victims and government witnesses.
This has been a coordinated, intelligence-driven investigation into Wedding's global drug trafficking organization, which used Los Angeles as its primary point of distribution. Our collective efforts led to the seizure of more than 2,300 kilograms of cocaine, 44 kilograms of methamphetamine, 44 kilograms of fentanyl, 8 firearms, and over $55 million in illicit assets.
And so many agencies worked on this arrest, including federal agents in Mexico. Now, just last month, Wedding's motorcycle collection was seized in Mexico. 62 motorcycles worth an estimated $40 million, along with his Mercedes-Benz, which officials say is worth another $14 million. Again, if you're just tuning into Good Day LA, Ryan Wedding, one of the country's top 10 fugitives, has been taken into custody in Mexico. He is now in the custody of the Los Angeles Police Department, on his way to be booked in Los Angeles. And on Monday, he's expected in federal court. Reporting live in Ontario, I'm Gigi Gracia. Back to you.
Unbelievable details coming out from this case. I mean, even before learning the latest details you provided, it sounds like it's meant for a movie, truly.
Now, Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, would not share any details about how the takedown of Wedding happened in Mexico City. We understand it's right outside of Mexico in a beautiful resort town called Valle del Bravo, and that's where he was taken into custody. But Patel would not share any details, and he wouldn't share any details on whether anyone is going to be claiming the $15 million reward, that price tag that was on Wedding's head. But he did say there's still a $2 million reward being offered for any associates of Wedding, and they believe there are many associates still out there.
Yeah, with that level of operation that he was allegedly running, definitely a big network there. All right, Gigi, thank you for that. LA County Sheriff Robert Luna says he believes immigration enforcement operations have led to a drop in 911 service calls. This comes 2 days after a DHS officer opened fire on a suspect in Willowbrook. The man was not hit by a bullet, but the sheriff said he is concerned about the tactics being used by ICE. He also believes crimes are going unreported because people are worried about their immigration status.
I believe our calls for service are down because of it. Please trust us. If there's a crime that you've either witnessed or you're a victim of a crime, you got to call us. We've got to be engaged.
Sheriff Luna also pointed out his deputies were at the scene in Willowbrook only, though, to maintain the perimeter for public safety and not in coordination with the immigration operation.
And this comes as Vice President J.D. Vance visited Minneapolis yesterday and escalating tensions there over ICE's continued presence. He called on protesters to turn down the temperature while acknowledging cases there where ICE agents may not be doing everything right. His visit follows the arrest of a prominent civil rights attorney and 2 others tied to a protest inside of a church. The group interrupted Sunday services led by a pastor who's also an ICE agent. State leaders have also been complaining about ICE's tactics, saying that U.S. citizens are being arrested.
We're not here saying we are against federal action towards immigration. We're here against unlawful federal actions, unconstitutional actions.
Respect people's rights to worship, respect people's rights to do their job without being assaulted. If you follow that basic principle, the Trump administration is going to do everything that we can to protect your rights. But if you go after somebody, if you assault somebody, if you make a 9-year-old girl cry because you walked into her church and harassed her, we're going to go after you with every single tool that we have.
One of those new tools, the Department of Homeland Security has issued a memo authorizing agents to forcibly enter homes without a judge's warrant. Many legal experts say that violates the 4th Amendment. Now to this, the intense winter storm bearing down across much of the country.
From northern Texas to southern Virginia, a mix of snow and ice will slam millions heading into this weekend. So grocery stores are pretty empty after people rushed out to stock up. Forecasters say the storm could dump anywhere from 1 to 2 feet of snow in some parts of the eastern United States. Arctic temperatures could create power outages and paralyze travel for days, both on the roads and in the airports. The booking app Hopper is estimating more than 15,000 flights being impacted in the coming days. Some airlines already making preparations here, so if you think your trip could be impacted, Southwest, American, Delta, and JetBlue are offering eligible customers the chance to rebook their travel plans without change or cancellation fees. And if you are planning to travel, make sure you're checking your flight status for updates.
Back here locally, the Cal State University system has settled a privacy lawsuit with its faculty union. The case involving CSU sharing personal employee data with federal investigators who are looking into anti-Semitism on campus. Now, under the agreement, CSU is now required to notify employees before complying with subpoenas for personal information unless prohibited by law. The lawsuit originated from the EEOC organization at Cal State LA. Faculty leaders say the agreement protects workers' privacy and ensures greater transparency in future data requests.
A new study is showing how much a family needs in order to afford child care. The study from Lending Tree says families in the United States don't make enough income to afford child care. And to make it work, they would need to earn nearly $403,000 a year to pay for child care for 2 kids. Researchers provided an example saying the annual costs of full-time child care for an infant and a 4-year-old are nearing $28,190 a year. Families in Hawaii, Nebraska, and Montana pay pay the most, while South Dakota comes closest to affordable childcare. California is the 13th most expensive state.
All right, let's talk Rams and Seahawks now.
That's right. Brooke is here with a preview of the game and all the watch parties out there.
Hey there, yes. So the Rams, they're going to beat the Seahawks this weekend, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, we agree. We all agree. Yes. All morning long, you know, we've been telling you about this really cool watch party at SoFi Stadium. We got word that it has sold out. 30,000 seats. I guess I shouldn't really be surprised, though, because tickets were between $5 and $10. Don't worry, though. I have some other options for you if you are not part of that 30,000 crowd. Let's get into the matchup. First, though, the Rams practiced in Woodland Hills yesterday afternoon. Their record against the Seahawks is tied this season. Both games were decided by 2 points or less. And now it all comes down to this, the final chapter in the trilogy, and hanging in the balance, either a trip to the Super Bowl or the end of the season. We don't want that.
I think we're very confident in our group. I think the leader that we have in number 9 is his ability to lead us, and for everybody has great trust in whenever he puts that ball up, that there's going to be a way for you to come down, and I think he's going to put it for you to make a play.
You're going up against a great defense, you know, in their home environment where it's really difficult to play, and we've done it, you know, a couple times already this year, played these guys, and I'm sure they'll have something different for us, like it always is the case.
All right, let's get to those other watch parties around SoCal. Tom's Watch Bar will have watch parties at both locations, Inglewood and downtown LA. They're going to have giveaways, prizes. There's a party going on at Third Base LA. That's in Hollywood. Also, Game Changer Brew House in Sherman Oaks. The Hive Sports Bar and Grill in Anaheim. Joseph's Bar and Grill in Downey. Parties for everybody, okay? We got you covered. And if you want to watch the game from home, we're getting started early here on Fox 11. We're actually going to be live from Lumen Field in Seattle starting Saturday night with Sports Wrap at 7:30 p.m. Then we're back Sunday afternoon for a pregame edition at 2:30. And, of course, right after the NFC Championship game, we will have a post-game edition of Sports Wrap. I'll tell you, Sunday, I was at the watch party. Right, I was at Third Base, actually, and it was kind of like a DJ thing, and I knew I was going to stay up late, so I said, no wine, I'm just going to eat a lot. And I ate everything on their menu, and I'll tell you, don't do that, because just maybe 1 or 2 things.
The food must have been good.
I thought you were going to say you gave in eventually.
No, because I was like, I'm going to be up late. You can't be tired, and then you know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Don't eat you know, wherever you go, don't choose everything on the menu. It's just, I did it so you don't have to. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see. All right. Yeah. Brooke, that's the way to go, though. Thank you. All right, on to this. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? But one group of pooches would strongly disagree.
Yep, Coco is live in Cerritos where the Canine Star Stunt Dog Show, quite a name, by the way, Canine Star Stunt Dog Show is happening this weekend.
Hey there, we are at the Cerritos Center for the Performing Arts. I have something really, really cool for you. We are featuring the Canine Stars. This is Shazam and Whitney. Shazam is the highest jumping dog in the entire world. Look at these amazing tricks. She is going to be part of the stunt show happening on Sunday. I'm here with Jeff now, the theater executive director. Tell us about the show on Sunday.
We are so excited that Canine Stars are here with us in Cerritos this weekend. We're going to have many dogs on stage, including Shazam here, doing all kinds of tricks just like that, catching frisbees, dog diving, and some agility testing as well. And we're super excited to have them. 3 o'clock on Sunday. Show's almost sold out, so get your tickets now.
That's right. It's going to be a popular show. And the theater is so cool. You've had some major names here, which you can tell on the tiles.
Absolutely. Up here on the 3rd floor in our marvelous lobby, we have some artist-signed tiles on display for the public to enjoy, including right behind Whitney here. We have Whitney Houston's autographed tile on the wall from years ago, which is really nice. We do have superstars coming frequently, and of course we also have Broadway tours coming through, including Stomp, Clue, Hadestown, and Renton Concert.
And why do you think this is such a popular venue for people to come to?
Couple of different reasons. One, it's super accessible. We're freeway close, right between Orange County and LA County. We have great programming, diverse programming. It's family friendly. We also have rock concerts, top tier shows, and arts education. And, of course, the big news, free parking. You don't pay for parking in Cerritos.
That's right. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Thank you.
Also, we have to shout out Shazam and Whitney. What an amazing performance. And that's really just a preview of what you're going to experience on Sunday at 3 o'clock when K9 stars are taking center stage at the theater. Hi, sweetheart. Shazam is truly amazing. Shazam is actually famous, by the way. Shazam was on America's Got Talent, Nickelodeon, also in a country music video. So really something for you to come and experience. I'll send it back to you.
Shazam is so impressive. How cool is that? All right,
Very
Coco,
cool.
thank you. So Mattel is honoring Dr. Opal Lee, the grandmother of Juneteenth, with a new Barbie doll. The Barbie Inspiring Women collection honors extraordinary women from all fields. The 99-year-old Fort Worth civil rights activist is known for leading the successful charge to make Juneteenth a national holiday, commemorating the end of slavery here in the United States. The doll features her wearing her signature Walk for Freedom t-shirt and sneakers. In a statement, Mattel said, Opal Lee shows us all that we have the power to pave our own way and to be a force for good.
Coming up, capturing one of the World Cup is impressive, right? But winning two, that's greatness at a whole other level.
That's right. Former player Kristen Press is joining us in studio to talk about her incredible career and talk about the huge honor she's receiving this weekend.
welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. We're watching that area of low pressure that brought us some scattered light showers yesterday. It's actually still nearby, just to our south. It is continuing its trek, though, towards the east and northeast. It's going to wreak havoc, and it's going to bring some moisture up from the Gulf all across the southern plains, the south, as well as the mid-Atlantic and the northeast. So it's going to contribute to the extreme weather conditions that the rest of the country will be getting into for the remainder of this weekend. We do have an area of high pressure that will start to build behind this area of low pressure. So we'll get a mix of sunshine and some clouds today and tomorrow. And then as we get into next week, drier conditions, a weak weather system brushes to our north next week, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't think it will get as far south as SoCal. And then another one on the 1st of February, but you can see how it breaks apart. So I think we're kind of stuck in this pattern right now of not really getting those storms all the way to Southern California. So we definitely were very happy with a little bit of that rain we saw yesterday. 2 to 3 feet for Ventura County, LA beaches. Orange County, San Diego, a little smaller, 1 to 2 to 1 to 3. So if you're headed to the coast, temperatures there will be in the low 60s, around 64 today. Still that slight chance tomorrow, and then we'll dry things out really in earnest by Sunday into next week, with temperatures rebounding back a few degrees up closer to average. 66 for downtown today. That's below normal. Then we'll get to 70 above normal by Monday into next week. Valleys, Inland Empire, upper 60s as well today, with just a slim chance for an isolated shower or two, 10% through tomorrow morning. The mountains 49 degrees with that chance for showers, even an inch or two. Hopefully we'll get some snow up at the higher elevations like the tops, the peaks of the mountains. 62 in the high desert areas, and then Palm Springs in the low desert in the Coachella Valley, 73 later this afternoon. Back to you two.
All right, Maria, thank you. Honoring a local legend, two-time World Cup winner and two-time Olympian Kristen Press made her mark on the U.S. women's national team, playing 155 games for the United States, scoring 64 goals, including this unforgettable one against England.
Oh, let go nicely by Laval. Right side, cross, done, go!
Now Kristen is hanging up her cleats, and she's joining us to talk about her amazing career. Welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I love seeing that highlight, and I welcomed you as a local legend because you grew up in this area right here in Southern California, and you've made a career obviously traveling around the world for the U.S. national team. Gosh, what an amazing career. And now to celebrate that once again with a ceremony tomorrow, I guess, right? It's happening at Dignity. So in front of your family and friends, what does this all mean to you?
I feel so lucky that I got to see the world and travel as an athlete, and I ended my career at Angel City right at home. So it's full circle, and it's been a while since I represented my country. It will mean so much to me to be honored at the U.S. Women's National Team game, and just remember that part of my career that meant so much for all the work that I put in, but also for all that we did for the larger community.
I know you worked so much off the pitch, too, to make sure equality rights and pay rights are there for female athletes, which is such a big deal. You've really moved the sport forward. How would you say the sport has changed since you entered the arena till now?
It's wild how different it is. My final season, I got to feel like a little bit of the future of what a fully staffed professional sports environment looks like for the modern female athlete. It is night and day different than the first locker room I ever walked in, or the first field I played at a college on turf outside of Chicago, right? The work that we did was really trying to lay the foundation for the future, and it feels like the future is now. We see the news with Trinity just pushing forward how much an athlete is valued and what is possible for us to be professional in this arena.
Right, Trinity Rodman now signing a 3-year contract, making $2 million a year. You came on to Angel City FC as one of the highest paid in the league at that point. So really breaking barriers here time and time again throughout your career. What are you going to miss the most?
Oh, I'm going to miss the grass. I'm going to miss the, being outside in the sun and training every day. It was really hard. My team just went to preseason, and I was like, wait, I was supposed to be there, because I think it's just practicing, like getting to play a game for your job, and that joy that I got to bring at the end of my career when there was less pressure of just being outside with the girls, shooting, dreaming, being on the training field when you're imagining that semifinal goal. You know, not when you're doing it. That's almost an out-of-body experience. But when you're present in your body on the field, that's what I'm going to miss the most.
I love watching you play because you play free. You know, it's just the joy you have and you embody. What got you through some of the more challenging times in your career? Because I think it's a really good example for players right now who are listening, but also the next generation who are looking to you. You know, it's not just a one-way road up, right? An elevator ride. There's ups and downs.
Yeah, I would personally say that my career felt like I was always falling short of where I wanted to be. That's actually how it felt to me while I was doing it. And it hasn't been until moments like this where I look back and I see the stats and the goals and I'm like, oh, that was a successful career. So I think overcoming challenge is really important. And when I look back now, the moments that I'm most proud of are actually the ones where I rose again. When I lost in a championship and I came back out the next time. So while those moments can be really painful, with a little perspective, they're actually where you're building so much character and resilience.
And you are going to be celebrated for all of that resilience and everything you've done for the sport. So you can still get tickets to tomorrow's game to watch Kristen be honored and to cheer her on. And of course, cheer on the U.S. women's national team versus Paraguay at Dignity Health Sports Park. Kickoff is at 2:30. And look at this. They're going to be bobbleheads.
I'm so
This
excited.
looks amazing. It looks so awesome. Kristen, thank you so much. You get those tickets at ussoccer.com, at ticketmaster.com as well. What a career.
Thank you.
Yay. Congratulations. Amazing. I love the bobblehead.
Good morning. Welcome to 10 a.m. on this Friday. Here's some of the stories we're covering for you.
It's official. One of the United States' top 10 fugitives, Ryan Wedding, a former Olympian turned accused drug kingpin, is now here in California in police custody.
And LA County Sheriff's detectives opened fire, killing an alleged armed robbery suspect at a busy shopping plaza. We're live in West Hills, just ahead with what we're learning.
And we still have that area of low pressure that brought us the scattered light showers yesterday. Still nearby, spinning to our south. What will that mean for the rest of the day today? And how about the rest of the weekend? I'll have the complete forecast coming up.
And Chicago O'Hare's airport claims the spot as the busiest airport in the nation, toppling Hartsfield-Jackson in Atlanta. However, the folks in Atlanta say not so fast.
All right, now to the breaking news we've been following this morning. The FBI has captured a suspect on its top 10 most wanted list.
He was just brought back to the United States from Mexico. Gigi Gracia joining us live from Ontario International Airport with the details. Gigi?
That's right. The FBI making the big announcement here after arriving on a government plane from Mexico City with Ryan Wedding aboard. He was escorted off that plane. We'll be getting video of that later. And now in the custody of LAPD on his way to Los Angeles to be booked on so many felonies and then turned over to the federal government where he'll appear in court on Monday. Now, take a look. Ryan Wedding, he's a former Olympian from Canada, a star snowboarder who made the FBI's top 10 most wanted list when he was accused of turning from sports to drugs. The former Olympian is an accused drug kingpin and murderer and had been on the FBI's most wanted list with a $14 million reward offered for his capture. Wedding is accused of running a major transnational drug trafficking network that the FBI says shipped tons of cocaine from Colombia through Mexico and right into Los Angeles, where it was then sent to Canada. He's also accused of ordering hits on his rivals, with multiple murders now attributed to him, including the shooting deaths of 2 members of a family in Ontario, Canada, back in 2023, reportedly in retaliation for a stolen drug shipment from Southern California.
Mr. Wedding and others are charged for their roles in a transnational organized crime network, shipping massive amounts of cocaine, approximately 60 metric tons, through Southern California on its way to Canada. Mr. Wedding is also wanted for orchestrating multiple murders of victims and government witnesses.
This has been a coordinated, intelligence-driven investigation into Wedding's global drug trafficking organization, which used Los Angeles as its primary point of distribution. Our collective efforts led to the seizure of more than 2,300 kilograms of cocaine, 44 kilograms of methamphetamine, 44 kilograms of fentanyl, 8 firearms, and over $55 million in illicit assets.
And while they're not releasing details of how Wedding was captured, sources tell us the FBI, working with Mexican authorities and the DEA, have been hot on his trail for over a month. In December, officials got one step closer to him when they seized his motorcycle collection in Mexico. The 62 motorcycles said to be his prized possessions, valued at $40 million. In addition to the motorcycles, authorities confiscated drugs, including cocaine, meth, and fentanyl, artwork, Wedding's custom Mercedes-Benz valued at $14 million, and 2 Olympic medals. Bringing it back here live to Ontario Airport, you are looking at a convoy of federal agents that were also part of this big announcement. So many different agencies, from Canada to the United States to Los Angeles down to Mexico, were involved in the capture of Ryan Wedding. He is expected to be in federal court on Monday. Reporting live at the Ontario Airport, I'm Gigi Gracia. I'll send it back to you.
Quite an operation there. All right, Gigi, thank you. Breaking news now in West Hills this morning, where sheriff deputies fatally shot an armed robbery suspect in the middle of a heist.
That's right. The shooting happened in a shopping center parking lot. Mario Ramirez has been following that story. So what are the details that we know of so far?
Yeah, well, we can tell you we've learned from family the person who was shot and killed here, identified as an 18-year-old who lived in Riverside County. He was here visiting his grandmother in Woodland Hills. And just moments ago, the scene was cleared, but the investigation continues, and you can see where it happened. Those 2 visible bullet holes along the storefront of this Michaels, where officials say an armed robbery suspect was confronted, leading to deadly gunfire. So let's go to the video here. Sky Fox over the scene, heavy law enforcement presence surrounding the shopping center in West Hills just after 8:30 last night. LA County Sheriff's officials say the shooting happened outside the Michaels store here at the Fallbrook Shopping Center. They say detectives from the department's Major Crimes Bureau were already here conducting a surveillance operation connected to a string of robberies in the Malibu Lost Hills area. And while in the parking lot, they say they saw an armed man approach a woman and attempted to rob her in front of the Michaels. That's when deputies stepped in, tried to make contact and detain the suspect, but that shooting quickly unfolded, leaving the man dead, and a semi-automatic handgun recovered from the scene, according to authorities. Now, we spoke with distraught family members, and this is what they had to tell us this morning.
I'm really heartbroken. My son was 18 years old, fresh out of high school, starting his life, started his first job at Target. And after this job, he met this woman who's 28 years old. Again, my son just turned 18, and things just kind of changed. I felt like she preyed on my son. I felt like she preyed on his innocence. She manipulated him. He was naive. My son would never do something like this at all. This was not my son at all. He's not a gang member, does not have a record.
Now, she was referring to her son's girlfriend. A second suspect, according to officials, a woman who investigators say sped off in a white sedan from the parking lot as shots rang out. She was later taken into custody in Agora Hills. Now, back out here live, we've noticed while some of the other nearby stores have started to reopen, like the nearby Target and Petco, the Michaels here behind me remains closed. For now, that's the latest here in West Hills. I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. On to this, LA County Sheriff Robert Luna says he believes immigration enforcement operations have led to a drop in 911 calls for service. This comes 2 days after a DHS officer opened fire on a suspect in Willowbrook. The man was not hit by the bullet, but the sheriff said he is concerned about the tactics being used by ICE. He also believes crimes are going unreported in the county because people are worried about their immigration status.
I believe our calls for service are down because of it. Please trust us. If there's a crime that you've either witnessed or you're a victim of a crime, you got to call us. We've got to be engaged.
Sheriff Luna also pointed out his deputies were at the scene in Willowbrook only to maintain the perimeter for public safety and not in coordination with the immigration operation.
Vice President J.D. Vance was in Minneapolis calling on protesters to turn down the temperature. Connor Hansen has the details.
The guys behind me are doing an incredible job.
Vice President J.D. Vance meeting with ICE agents Thursday in Minneapolis. He called on protesters to stop resisting their enforcement efforts.
These people are under an incredible amount of duress, an incredible amount of chaos.
His visit comes as DHS has reportedly issued a memo authorizing agents to forcibly enter homes without a judge's warrant. Instead, with only an administrative warrant showing probable cause, someone is in the country illegally. Some legal experts say that violates the Fourth Amendment.
ICE or any federal agent, they can't enter one's home without a judicial warrant signed by a neutral and detached magistrate.
State officials have complained about ICE's tactics, saying U.S. citizens are being arrested too.
We're not here saying we are against federal action towards immigration. We're here against unlawful federal actions, unconstitutional actions.
Following a disruptive anti-ICE protest inside a St. Paul church, federal agents have arrested several people they say were involved, including a school board member and a civil rights lawyer. Meanwhile, Border Patrol Chief Greg Bavino says they will stay as long as they need.
This mission's ongoing until there are no more of those criminal illegal aliens roaming the streets of Minneapolis.
In an interview Thursday, Vance said the administration would discipline officers who make mistakes. Earlier this month, Vance said officers have absolute immunity. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
This morning, Chicago officials say, sorry, Atlanta, but Chicago's O'Hare Airport has bragging rights as the busiest airport in the nation. New data from the Federal Aviation Administration shows O'Hare Airport logged the most takeoff and landings over the last year. The airport is a hub for both American and United Airlines. The FAA saying there was a nearly 11% increase in traffic for a total of 857,392 takeoffs and landings. Cargo transport flights are also included in that number.
But wait, not so fast. The folks at Hartsfield-Jackson may say that they're still number one. The FAA says that that's true if you're just looking at passenger volume. Delta has a hub there in Atlanta. Whether you fly through Hartsfield-Jackson or O'Hare, arrive early and expect, of course, lots of company. And in case you were wondering, LAX comes in 11th busiest airport in the world and generally among the 5th in the U.S. behind Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, and Denver.
That sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah.
But maybe a lot of people won't fly this weekend, right, Maria? I
hope not.
The storm.
Yeah, really severe weather conditions expected this weekend for a large part of the country. Some 200+ million people impacted by the really icy, snowy conditions we're expecting, really from the desert Southwest eastward into the mid-Atlantic and the New England states. And it's all going to be related to this area of low pressure that actually brought us the showers yesterday, and it's still spinning close by. This low is going to finally get out of here later tonight into tomorrow, and it's going to make its way towards the south, and it's going to pull up all that moisture from the Gulf and really feed into the snowy conditions, all that energy and moisture headed into the rest of the country, really. That low pressure will still give us some isolated shower chances today. Very little if we get any at all. A lot of the moisture is staying to our south. We've got an area of high pressure behind it that's going to get ready to take over, and that will produce a little bit more sunshine for us as we get to the latter part of this weekend into next week. It'll also help bump our temperatures back up to the 70s. And as far as when the next storm is headed our way, I'm watching what is developing downstream. There could be a little something next week, Wednesday, Thursday, but according to the models, it's just going to skirt just to our north. So I don't foresee any big storms headed our way for at least through the early part of February. February 1st, February 2nd, maybe we'll start to see some semblance of another storm system moving in. Otherwise, right now, mostly in the 50s, around 73 expected in the low desert for that high, 49 in the mountains today, in downtown LA, still below average, around 66 with a mix of sunshine and some clouds. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. A new round of peace talks begins today to end the war in Ukraine. Negotiators say they're getting close, but we've heard that before. Doug Luzader reports.
Well, these talks today will be in the United Arab Emirates, and we're told there are still some territorial issues to be resolved. But the question looming over all of this is whether Russia really wants a deal. President Trump returned to the White House late last night, but some of his work in Europe remains unfinished.
Look, it's all good. Anytime we meet, it's good.
On his way back from Davos, he talked about his meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. His top negotiators also just met with Russian President Vladimir Putin. And both sides are now set to meet today in yet another effort to end the war.
Now I think they both want to make a deal, but we'll find out.
Zelensky, meantime, tore into European allies in Davos.
Everyone remembers the great American film Groundhog Day.
He says the idea of living the same day again and again is the reality in Ukraine unless Europe steps up.
Repeating the same thing for weeks, months, and of course for years. And yet, that's exactly how we live now.
And yet from his ambassador to the U.S., some optimism.
I think it's a beginning of a big breakthrough.
Perhaps, but these kinds of international efforts, like ending the war in Ukraine, trying to purchase Greenland, regime change in Venezuela, all may come at a price to the president back home, with voters more concerned about the economy with the approaching midterm elections.
In his first term, he had meetings with truckers and welders and labor unions and all of that. He hasn't done any of that thus far, and we'll see whether he kicks that into gear moving forward.
And the president's chief of staff says he has a trip planned for Iowa next week, and we'll see a steady drumbeat of domestic travel ahead of the midterm elections. In Washington. Doug Luzader, Fox News.
At 10:14, Tesla robotaxis are coming when they're expected to hit the roads.
We'll tell you about that, and Brooke is bringing the Ram league together.
That's right. The Rams have one more game, and then we're Super Bowl bound. I'll tell you where you can watch the game this weekend. Places all over town.
Yeah, I'm going to have the forecast for that officially coming up in Seattle. But first, Good Day LA traffic is brought to you by My Home Sold. And the traffic's getting a lot better at this hour as we take one of our live traffic cameras here. This is the 60 freeway eastbound at Frederick Pigeon Pass area. The east and westbound sides of the 60 actually look good right now at this hour. Here's the drive times coming out of downtown LA on that west 10 between the 5 to the 405 towards Santa Monica. Really pleasant, actually, just 23 minutes. On that northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10, only 13 minutes. That's one of the fastest speeds I've seen yet. Westbound 60 between the 57 to the 5, just 22 minutes there. Here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
Hello, I'm Adrian Hernandez with MyHomeSold.com, and we want to buy your house cash. We'll give you a cash offer for your house today. Sell your house the easy way with no commissions, no fees, no repairs. For free, no obligation cash offer. Go to MyHomeSold.com.
Surveillance cameras record a car crashing through the wall of a Long Beach coffee shop and a pharmacy Monday. Police say the car was speeding when it hit a second car, making a left right in front of it as well. The drivers of both cars suffered non-life-threatening injuries. No one in the coffee shop or pharmacy was injured.
Tesla robotaxis could be on the road in the U.S. by the end of the year. The company's CEO, Elon Musk, told the crowd at the World Economic Forum his company will have a widespread network of driverless robotaxis. robo-taxis in the U.S. by the end of 2026.
And Tesla's rolled out a sort of robo-taxi service in a few cities, and will be very, very widespread by the end of this year within the U.S. And then we hope to get supervised full self-driving approval in Europe, hopefully next month.
Really that quickly?
Yeah.
Tesla robo-taxis hit the road in Austin, Texas in June.
New this morning, TikTok will keep ticking online in the United States thanks to a new deal. TikTok's Chinese parent company, ByteDance, says it's finalized an agreement to create a majority American-owned joint venture with TikTok. The new arrangement will avoid a ban in the United States. The White House says both the U.S. and Chinese governments have signed off on this proposal. The deal comes after years of battle over national security concerns on how TikTok's data is handled. A TikTok joint venture will secure U.S. user data, apps, and algorithms.
Okay, here we go. The Rams and the Seahawks will play on Sunday, and of course, that's when they will secure a trip to the Super Bowl.
Of course, right, Brooke?
That's right.
Enough said.
The Rams are going to the Super Bowl. We've got to get past this weekend. It's going to happen, right? Yes. All morning long, we've been telling you about this watch party that they have going on this weekend at SoFi Stadium. It has sold out all 30,000 seats. Would you believe it? Tickets were between $5 and $10, so I guess it's not that big of a surprise. But don't worry, I have some other options for you. Still open up out there, okay? Let's get into this matchup first, though. The Rams practiced in Woodland Hills yesterday afternoon. Their record against the Seahawks is tied this season. They beat the Seahawks by 2. The Seahawks beat them by 1. So it all comes down to this. The final chapter in this little trilogy we have ourselves here. Hanging in the balance is either a trip to the Super Bowl or the end of the season.
I think we're very confident in our group. I think the leader that we have in number 9 is his ability to lead us, and for everybody has great trust in whenever he puts that ball up, that there's going to be a way for you to come down, and I think he's going to put it for you to make a play.
You're going up against a great defense, you know, in their home environment where it's really difficult to play, and we've done it, you know, a couple times already this year, played these guys, and I'm sure they'll have something different for us, like it always is the case.
All right, let's get to those other watch parties around SoCal. Tom's Watch Bar will have watch parties at both locations. They have a gigantic space in Inglewood. They're also right next to Crypto in downtown Los Angeles. They say they're going to have giveaways and prizes. Over in Hollywood, you can go to Third Base LA. You can also go to Game Changer Brew House. That's in Sherman Oaks. The Hive Sports Bar and Grill in Anaheim. They're partying it up. And in Downey, Joseph's Bar and Grill. So lots of places. But, of course, a lot of you just want to be at home. And you know what? I feel you. We're here for you, okay? We're actually starting early. Fox 11 will be live from Lumen Field in Seattle starting Saturday night with Sports Wrap at 7:30. Then we're going to be back Sunday afternoon, of course, for a pregame edition at 2:30. And then just don't change the channel. First of all, why are you ever changing the channel? You know what I mean? But stay tuned right after the NFC Championship game for a post-game edition of Sports Wrap. Back to you. Go Rams.
Can't wait. All right, Brooke, that's awesome. Thank you. So coming up, why Altadena residents may soon be hit with a big charge on their water bills.
And Coco, oh, you have been busy this morning.
Very busy. We are at the Cerritos Center for the Performing Arts. We are featuring Canine stars. Take a look at Blanco and Hannah. Amazing tricks. We're going to show you more coming up.
Taking a look at our top stories this morning, Ryan Wedding, the former Olympic snowboarder wanted by the FBI on murder and money laundering charges, has been arrested. The FBI held a press conference earlier this morning at Ontario International Airport. The feds unsealed an indictment against Wedding in November, charging him with witness intimidation, murder, and money laundering.
In West Hills, robbery suspect shot and killed by law enforcement officers. Investigators say the armed man was attempting to rob a woman when he was confronted. An apparent accomplice was also taken into custody.
A car flies off the 5 freeway and crashes into a house in Pacoima. The LAPD says the car drove off an exit ramp and right into the living room. 2 people were hurt and rushed to hospitals. One person was the driver and the other may have been someone inside the home.
All right, let's talk about our weather now. And this weekend, of course, we've got the big game. And either you're flying to Seattle, maybe you're just watching it here. Here is the official forecast. It's going to be cold, but not as cold as when they were in Chicago. 43 degrees on Sunday at kickoff with a lighter wind, partly cloudy skies. Similarly here with partly cloudy skies for us, I'm going to say a little more sunshine, but at kickoff around 67 degrees. And we're going to warm things up as we get into next week as high pressure really does take control of our weather. We've got improving conditions and temperatures will be slowly getting back up to the 70s as we get to next week. Here's that area of low pressure, which will take a big part in the extreme weather we are expecting across the rest of the country. That low is going to move east, leave behind just some clouds for us, mixed with some sunshine. Another system tries to get in here next week, Thursday, but it just kind of dissipates towards the southern part of that cold front. And then another one on the 1st of February, and that also starts to break apart. So I don't see any real big storms giving us any significant rain amounts, at least through the end of the month and the 1st of February. Here's your rain forecast. As you can see, it's going to stay dry through the extended outlook here after we get through today. We had some impressive rain totals, though, for the season so far, so I'm not too worried. We have a surplus of almost 8 inches. So we're doing okay for the season so far. I'll show you the 7-day forecast in just a few moments, but let's go first upstairs. I think Stu's over some breaking news right now. Stu, what's going on?
Hey, we're in Hollywood, and it definitely is breaking news and very modern indeed. And it's an LA City Fire ambulance that was transporting a patient. They're doing the patient transport, the transfer of the patient that was being transferred right now. They just put him in that ambulance right there. Why did they have to do that? Well, apparently that ambulance was involved in an accident with a food robot. There's the food robot right there. Now, somehow that robot must have got in that ambulance's way. There must have been some sort of contact between that food robot and the ambulance. Everybody did the right thing. The robot's still on scene. The ambulance did stop. They actually are calling for a supervisor to show up here as well. The person, this ambulance that I'm showing you right there, the one with the 5-2 on the back, that one had a patient in the back. They were taking that person to a local hospital. After that incident, they had to stop. They called for a second ambulance. That's this one. We just saw that patient being transferred to this ambulance. He is on his way to the hospital. Right now, though, that crew's still waiting to do the paper report, and of course, a battalion chief coming here to check it out as well. But again, this is all involving one of these Cocos. One of them's right there, and no injuries to anybody, but definitely an interesting situation indeed, all happening out here in Hollywood. That's going to be the corner of Western and Fountain. I'm Stu up in Skybox. Back to y'all in the studio.
All right, Stu, thank you. New details now in the shocking beating death of a Los Angeles teacher. Her husband, a Glendale paramedic firefighter, is now booked for murder and due in court today for arraignment. Attorneys for Andrew Jimenez were scheduled to hold a press conference yesterday, but it was canceled, citing the family's wishes. Police discovered Myra Jimenez's body at her home yesterday after her husband, Andrew, requested a welfare check.
The home, they found a female in her 50s who was deceased and who appeared to be suffered from multiple blunt force trauma.
Myra Jimenez was a third-grade teacher at Wilshire Park Elementary School, and officials say they're heartbroken and still processing the tragic news.
The Cal State University system has settled a privacy lawsuit with its faculty union, the case involving CSU sharing personal employee data with federal investigators who were looking into anti-Semitism on campus. Under the agreement, CSU now required to notify employees before complying with subpoenas for personal information unless that's prohibited by law. The lawsuit originated from an EEOC investigation at Cal State LA. Faculty leaders say the agreement protects workers' privacy and ensures greater transparency in future data requests.
Los Angeles schools are bracing for some tough times. The LA Unified School District says it could face staff cuts as enrollment continues to drop and a $191 million deficit looms by 2027. Rising costs, union negotiations, and uncertainty over state funding aren't helping. Superintendent Alberto Carvalho says the district is working hard to protect classrooms and keep layoffs to a minimum. He says more details on cuts will be coming in the weeks ahead.
The Eaton fire destroyed not only homes and businesses in Altadena, it also destroyed infrastructure. Customers served by the Las Flores Mutual Water Company may be looking at a hefty charge on their water bills once their houses are rebuilt. To stave off bankruptcy, the company is proposing charging customers an additional $50 a month for 5 years to help it stay afloat. It also is looking at combining with a neighboring water company. Las Flores Mutual lost 2 reservoirs in the Eaton fire. It serves about 1,500 customers. About 75% of those customers lost homes in that fire.
It was a waiting game. Will he or won't he? But now billionaire developer and philanthropist Rick Caruso says he will not be running for mayor of LA or California governor. Fox 11's Susan Hirasuna caught up with him at a special home unveiling.
The Rodriguez family is set to move into the home in a couple of months, the first of 9 families to receive a free modular home. The modular home is what brought out Rick Caruso for a victory lap for his nonprofit Steadfast LA. Samara Modular Homes worked with him to give away fire-resistant modular homes to Eaton fire survivors who likely couldn't rebuild without this kind of help. Caruso says he decided not to run for governor because of family concerns, but a day like today also illustrates how he believes he can do more outside of government.
I'm more energized, I'm more focused. I'm going to rally the private sector to help change what's happening in our state and change what's happening in our city. What's happening in our elected officials now, it's performative. They just make these statements and their arguments, and you got the far left and the far right. They're not doing anything to help people's lives. And so I'm going to have the private sector leaning in, and we're going to comment on them. We're going to comment on policies. We're going to be doing what we do at Steadfast, doing initiatives that actually help people, not only in the burn areas, but throughout the region. And I can do that unfettered.
The recipients of the Samara Modular Homes told me that if he had run for office, they would have been right with him to get him to Sacramento. In Altadena, Susan Hirasuna, Fox 11 News.
Expect lane closures tonight through Monday morning on the southbound Interstate 605 freeway in El Monte. Caltrans says the 55-hour extended weekend lane reductions begin at 10 o'clock tonight from Valley Boulevard to north of the 60 freeway. All lanes will be reopened by 5 come Monday morning. The ramp and freeway connectors in the work zone will also close over the weekend.
The LA Metro Transportation Authority unanimously approved a high-speed rail linking the San Fernando Valley and the West Side. One of the nation's most gridlocked corridors, the 405 freeway through the Sepulveda Pass. The Sepulveda Transit Corridor project will run underground and get commuters from Van Nuys to the Sepulveda station in about 20 minutes. The project will cost more than $24 billion, and it'll be paid for through a sales tax increase, which was approved by voters back in 2016. Completion is expected in 2033.
You know the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Well, maybe that's not the case here, right?
These dogs are pretty impressive, yeah. And Coco is live with all the action in Cerritos, where K9 Stars Stunt Dog Show is happening this weekend.
We are at the Cerritos Center for the Performing Arts. There's an amazing show that is happening Sunday here with K9 Stars. You are taking a look at Blanco and Hannah, truly amazing dogs doing incredible stunts. I'm here with Whitney now, one of the dog trainers, and tell us all about what people can experience on Sunday.
Yeah, so the K9 Stars is a group and they're people. We travel all over North America performing. But Blanco here is actually from South Korea. Like Hannah, here they are practicing a couple of their doggy dance moves, which is one of the things is freestyle dog dancing, and Hannah is one of the best on the team. But Blanco was actually on America's Got Talent with us when we were on back in 2021. We also have a couple more of the dogs that were featured on America's Got Talent, like Bow Wow Howie Mandel, and Shazam, who is also the highest jumping dog in the world.
That's incredible. And what I love, too, is the fact that these are rescue dogs, right?
Yes, they're all rescue dogs. So we take dogs from all sorts of situations, and our motto is "My rescue is a rock star." So, for example, Shazam was actually found at a flea market, and somebody was trying to trade her for a saddle, and now she's like the biggest superstar on the team. She's been on AGT, Nickelodeon Unleashed. She actually just started a music video for Flatland Cavalry, which is a cool country band.
So cute. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Whitney. Great speaking with you. And it's just so cool to see Hannah and Blanco. The show is happening Sunday at 3. I'll send it back to you.
Oh my goodness, so cute. Nickelodeon, more like Trickelodeon. Watch out for all the paparazzi with all those stars.
Keep going, keep going.
Did you see Bowie Mandel?
That was good.
That was so good. Happy Friday. It's Furry Friday after all. This is perfect. Goes paw in paw, hand in hand. Good Day LA Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Ladies, it is Flashback Friday Film Edition. Are you ready to check out this new trailer that's a blast from the past for 80s kids? Ooh, yeah, all things He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Big dudes, big swords, big action, and some big nostalgia. The upcoming live-action adaptation of the 80s toy brand turned multimedia franchise is coming soon. It's Mattel Studios' first film since Barbie, and it opens in theaters this summer on June 5th. Do you remember He-Man?
That's right, yeah. My brother used to watch it.
Right?
Older brother, yeah. He used to like
that. Sword is really big. I mean, look, that is a huge sword. Okay, huge sword. That's like summer blockbuster season. We're already talking about that in January.
It's almost February already.
It really is.
Wow.
Wow. This one, this January actually went faster than the ones
last January. We don't want to talk about last January.
No, we don't. No, prior January. Yeah. If you are single, love slasher films, and are free Saturday, February 7th, boy, oh boy, do I have plans for you.
Like scary movies? You never told me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
Well, who could you be looking at on February 7th? Your future boyfriend or girlfriend. What's your favorite scary movie? Oh, I've got an event that you will scream over. Slasher World proudly presents a horror dating mixer. It's Saturday, February 7th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's only $10. I mean, come on, you can't even get a cocktail for $10 nowadays, or a movie ticket. It's at 7660 Melrose Avenue, and you can go to slasherworldla.com for more info.
And stop promoting your own events.
I wish
this is like so you.
I wish I could take credit for it. I would have done something like, forget your dream boat. We've got your scream boat. You know, like I would have done something a little bit more like that. I mean, you know, My Little Bloody Valentine. But
just off the top of my head.
Just off the top of my head, like roses are red, Michael Myers had a knife. This mixer may have your future husband or wife. I'm just saying. I mean, if you love that genre and you are single, I want somebody that's watching to go, please.
And please let us know and take pictures and videos and send.
Yes, please let us know.
Amanda, why do I think you're going to be there just to watch?
And
just
you know
to help
funny?
be like a wingman.
My friend is the one who sent it to me saying, like, I'm going to this because she's single.
Oh, good.
And I said, this is a good story to put out there for our viewers. And I kind of wanted to be like her wing woman there.
Yeah.
But it's for singles, you know?
You can pretend.
You go play Cupid. Go.
Yeah, I would totally play Cupid.
It's for research, for a story.
Oh, really? You thought Scream 3 was better than Scream 2? You're not dating him. Let's go. What is your favorite scary movie, though, ladies?
I don't like scary movies. I don't have any.
Okay, you have to watch one for 2 hours in a room. Which one you picking? Jason, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Ghostface. The Shining. The
Shining.
The Shining. Ghostface.
That's scary. I know that's scary.
Sandra. Red Rum.
Can I pick Hannibal?
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Silence of the Lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one too.
David, our stage manager.
Exorcist.
Some say the scariest movie of our time. Yeah. Maria.
Yeah, well, I'm the one. I love The Shining, but I mean, anything from Stephen King.
Johnny.
Anything from Stephen King is like good for me.
Oh. Okay. I'm a Wes Craven girl. Give me Scream 1, Scream 2, the Sidney Prescott years.
Why does it sound like Maria's in a closet?
I know. I'm like, Maria, are you in the bathroom? Look at us. I couldn't hear that last part, but all right. Well, hopefully you guys, you know, if you want to see a scary movie that's in theaters now, Primate. Everyone's talking about it. It's a tight 90. It's in theaters. Troy Kotzer's in it.
I love him.
Yeah, it's sad about a pet chimpanzee.
A pet champion.
Chimpanzee that gets bit and goes rabid.
Oh, okay.
That's scary.
It's scary.
Okay.
Cujo.
A company born here in Southern California is named one of the best places to work. We'll tell you which one.
And a very inland city has become home to a group of sea lions there. What's drawing them to our state capital of Sacramento? Welcome back. A new study points to the extremely high amount of money a family needs to earn in order to afford child care for children. A Lending Tree study says families in the United States don't make enough income to afford child care. And to make it work, they need to earn nearly $403,000 a year to pay for child care for 2 kids. The study says annual costs of full-time child care for an infant and a 4-year-old are nearing $28,190 a year. In 20 states, incomes needed for affordable child care are triple the average income in households with 2 children. It's not only one of SoCal's favorite burgers, In-N-Out has also been voted one of the top companies to work for. Job review site Glassdoor combed through thousands of reviews to rank America's best companies to work for in 2026. And In-N-Out came in at number 2. It says the growth and good pay, together combined with the positive culture and flexibility, makes it one of the best workplaces in the country. It was beat out by Crew Car Wash, a family-owned chain in Minnesota and Indiana. California-based NVIDIA rounded out the top 3. And Anduril Industries is investing $1 billion in a new campus near Long Beach Airport, creating 5,500 jobs. The facility is expected to open by 2027 and will focus on advanced defense technologies like drones and unmanned jets. Long Beach Mayor Rex Richardson calls it a new chapter for the city's defense industry.
Okay, let's talk about our weather because we have an important weekend ahead. We're going to be watching the Rams, right? Take the win on Sunday. That area of low pressure. Yeah, David's like, yoo-hoo. I got my Rams blue on. We've got this area of low pressure that brought us the scattered showers yesterday. This is actually going to be part of the bigger picture across the nation's really severe weather. As you can see that low kind of moving across Mexico and Texas. Look at all of that severe weather pushing across the south, the Midwest, the East, the Mid-Atlantic, and the New England states. So we're expecting a lot of icy conditions, snow conditions, and a very, very cold temperature. So if you did have plans to travel this weekend, maybe heading to that side of the country, you might want to just postpone that because airlines are actually letting you do it, I think, a lot of them, without any penalties. As far as a little leftover instability, our future rain forecast showing not much in the way of accumulation. So if we do get some showers still today or even early tomorrow morning, it's going to be very isolated and not even really amounting to too much more than 1/100th of an inch of rain, and perhaps a little bit more, a little over 1/10 in San Diego County. Speaking of San Diego, if you are headed to the beach, 1 to 3 feet there. Orange County, 1 to 2 feet. A little bit bigger and more consistent from Ventura County south into LA County beaches, 2 to 3 feet. Here's our 7-day forecast. We're going to stay in the 60s today along our coast. We'll bump it up a little bit as we get to next week with that ridge of high pressure taking control. Downtown LA, 66 today, which is still below the average of 68, but a little warmer than yesterday. A little cooler tomorrow before it does ramp up back to the 70s as the offshore flow will be back with us next week. High pressure will produce a little more sunshine and that flow coming out of the northeast and those light Santa Ana winds. 67 for the valleys and the Inland Empire, getting to those mid-70s next week, and up into the mountains, still that chance for some isolated showers today, maybe even 1 to 2 inches of snow, hopefully, for our resorts. Otherwise, it will dry out Sunday to next week. The high desert areas staying dry, 62 degrees, and we'll look for a mix of some sunshine and some clouds tomorrow, but otherwise still improving conditions. 73 for Palm Springs today, getting to around 75 by next week, Thursday. So have a wonderful weekend. Back to you, Sandra.
All right, Maria, thank you. It's mayhem after a deer crashes through the window of a bank in Long Island, New York. Look at that. The frightened animal was tearing the place up, trying to figure out how to get out. The deer left a huge mess behind. Finally, county officers showed up. They were able to lasso the deer and help it exit through a broken window. Now, sea lions are normally found near oceans, but some are making a home far inland along the waterfront in Sacramento. Fox's Dennis Shanahan went on a mission to find out why.
Their call echoes on the banks of the Sacramento River. But their typical home is in their name. These are sea lions, hanging out about 100 nautical miles inland from the ocean. They've established themselves on this pier on the West Sacramento side of the river. They jockey for position and seem to express irritation to each other at times. To some observers, they're a welcome sight.
There's nothing wrong with them. I think they're cool.
Some are simply surprised to see them in Sacramento.
Didn't expect to see sea lions out here? Nah, this is surprising right here.
And to others, their presence here is a little alarming.
I feel like they should be in a natural habitat.
Fox 40 reached out to the Marine Mammal Center in Sausalito, asking why sea lions would choose to be in Sacramento. Associate Director of Public Relations Giancarlo Rulli responded by email, saying, "It is increasingly common in in the last 2 decades to see mostly adult and subadult male California sea lions in the Sacramento-San Joaquin River Delta system, including the Sacramento River. Rulli says sea lions are opportunistic foragers, and specifically in the Delta, they appear to have found a steady source of large, non-native fish that are easy prey, such as carp and bass. Rulli also said federal protections have allowed their populations to rebound since the 1970s, and as a result, they're expanding into areas like the Delta and the rivers, where their presence was more common many decades ago. He says they typically will leave the river in May and June, returning to the ocean for mating season. The Marine Mammal Center reminds the public to play a role in the conservation of these animals by keeping a safe distance. If you're so close that the sea lions are reacting to you, then you're too close. If one appears to be in real distress, then contact the Marine Mammal Center. Otherwise, enjoy the show.
Nice little addition to the view, you know, to the vista.
Enjoy the sounds and the show, I guess, right? Just remember, of course, sea lions are wild animals, so don't get too close, whether you're at the beach or along the Sacramento waterfront. You may have caught the Oscar nominations this week, but humans aren't the only actors getting honored. Meet the canine star who just took home the big prize for animal actors. Oh, good song. Harry Styles just announced his 2026 tour. He is visiting 7 global cities, but if you want to see him here in the United States, you'll have to fly to the Big Apple. It's the only U.S. stop on the entire 7-month-long tour. He'll be doing an unprecedented 30 shows at Madison Square Garden starting August 26th through Halloween. Styles has a new song called Aperture that drops tomorrow. Sure, it'll be a good one. A dog named Indy has taken home an award for the best performance for his role in the horror film Good Boy at the Astra Awards. The 8-year-old dog beat out 5 human actors, including Ethan Hawke. When it comes to the Oscars, though, Indy was not eligible because animals aren't allowed to be nominated under the Academy Awards rules. Sounds like that rule needs to be changed. Maybe one day. All right, Carmel by the Sea, a charming California town known for its quirky tradition, is getting street addresses for the first time in its nearly 110-year history. Residents have long used whimsical house names and directions instead of numbers, but concerns over emergency response delays and missed deliveries prompted this change. The new addresses, set to roll out this spring, aim to balance modern needs with the town's unique character. And take a look at this video from Lake Michigan. This week's temperature plunge, combined with gusty Arctic winds and large waves, coating the outer lighthouse in St. Joseph with ice. But the light is still shining through that thick coating. Wow. All right, stay with us. More on GDLA Plus just ahead.
morning. Welcome to GDLA Plus. It is Friday. Feels so good to say it. It's going to be a big weekend, my friends. You know this, right? We're going crazy supporting the Rams. They're going to do it. We're going to get into it in a moment. First, though, think your pet tricks are cool? Does your pet have any tricks? Wait until you see what one canine stunt show has in store for its audiences. We'll give you a sneak peek coming up.
All right, and she is the funniest, quote, mom on social media. The hilarious Amanda McCants will join us to let us know how she gets all of these local moms just so right. She really nails it.
Yep, she sure does. And taking a look at some stories we're covering for you this morning, a robbery suspect shot and killed by law enforcement officers. Investigators say the armed man was attempting to rob a woman in West Hills when he was confronted. An apparent accomplice was also taken into custody.
A car flew off the 5 freeway and crashed into a house overnight in Pacoima. LAPD says the car drove off an exit ramp into the living room. 2 people were hurt and rushed to hospitals. 1 person was the driver and the other may have been someone inside the home.
All right, a big story here, fascinating story. The FBI has captured a suspect on its top 10 most wanted list. He was just brought back to the United States from Mexico. Gigi Graciet is at Ontario International Airport with the details.
That's right. It's official. Ryan Wedding is now in the custody of the LAPD. He arrived there on that government plane at 7:53 here at the Ontario airport, directly from Mexico City, where he was arrested. Ryan Wedding, whose aliases include El Jefe, the boss, Giant, and Public Enemy, was arrested last night just outside Mexico City. The former Olympian turned accused drug kingpin and murderer had been on the FBI's most wanted list, with a $15 million reward offered for his capture. Wedding accused of running a major transnational drug trafficking network that the FBI says shipped tons of cocaine from Colombia through Mexico into Los Angeles and then onto Canada. He's also accused of ordering hits on rivals, with multiple murders now attributed to him, including the shooting deaths of 2 members of the family in Ontario, Canada, back in 2023, reportedly in retaliation for a stolen drug shipment from Southern California.
This has been a coordinated, intelligence-driven investigation into Wedding's global drug trafficking organization, which used Los Angeles as its primary point of distribution. Our collective efforts led to the seizure of more than 2,300 kilograms of cocaine, 44 kilograms of methamphetamine, 44 kilograms of fentanyl, 8 firearms, and over $55 million in illicit assets.
And while they're not releasing details of how Wedding was captured, sources tell us the FBI, working closely with Mexican authorities and the DEA, have been hot on Wedding's trail for over a month. In December, officials got one important step closer to him when they seized his motorcycle collection in Mexico. The 62 motorcycles said to be Wedding's prized possessions, valued at $40 million. In addition to the motorcycles, authorities also confiscated drugs, including cocaine, meth, and fentanyl, artwork, Wedding's custom Mercedes-Benz valued at $14 million, and 2 Olympic medals. Again, no details of how Ryan Wedding was actually taken into custody in Mexico, and the FBI won't say if anyone will be claiming that $15 million reward. He will be booked in Los Angeles and is expected in federal court in downtown Los Angeles on Monday. In Ontario, Gigi Graciet.
This story is just like so fascinating.
There's so many.
There will be a movie.
Yeah.
No doubt. It sounds like a movie.
And so many families and people involved in this. It was a big crime web.
Yes.
You know, and he was the leader, allegedly.
For a long time.
Yeah.
But I'm reading about him. His grandparents own Mount Baldy Ski Resort. His uncle was the director of the ski school. His father is a former competitive skier. I mean, he's coming from a family that did well and was accomplished, and you just wonder, right? Like, how happened? Why, right? It's just fascinating to me. Okay, some other stories here. The LA Metro Transportation Authority has unanimously approved a high-speed rail linking the San Fernando Valley and the West Side. You would think I was reading the story for the first time. This is my 20th time reading this today. All right, so let me show you this desperately needed help for one of the nation's most gridlocked corridors. We're talking about the 405 freeway through the Sepulveda Pass. The Sepulveda Transit Corridor project will run underground and get commuters from Van Nuys to the Sepulveda station in about 20 minutes. The project will cost more than $24 billion, paid for through a sales tax increase, which was approved by voters back in 2016. And completion of this is expected to be in 2033. Now, let's talk about this. Expect lane closures tonight through Monday morning. This is on the southbound Interstate 605 freeway in El Monte. Caltrans says the 55-hour extended weekend lane reduction starts at 10 o'clock tonight from Valley Boulevard to north of the 60 freeway. All lanes will be reopened by 5 Monday morning. The ramp and the freeway connectors in the work zone will also close over the weekend.
All right, there you see it. The Rams' road to the Super Bowl continues Sunday in the Pacific Northwest. The Rams practiced in Woodland Hills yesterday. The teams each won their home stadiums during their regular season. We're talking about they're playing against the Seahawks there. Both games were decided by a combined 3 points. That's it. And now it all comes down to this, the final chapter in this trilogy. And hanging in the balance, either a trip to Santa Clara for the Super Bowl 60 or the end of the season.
I think we're very confident in our group. I think the leader that we have in number 9 is his ability to lead us, and for everybody has great trust in whenever he puts that ball up, that there's going to be a way for you to come down, and I think he's going to put it for you to make a play.
You're going up against a great defense, in their home environment where it's really difficult to play, and we've done it a couple times already this year, played these guys, and I'm sure they'll have something different for us like it always is the case.
And we have received word in the last hour or so, the viewing party at SoFi Stadium, my friends, it is sold out. You know what, though? That's what happens. You know why? Tickets were just $10 and only $5 for season ticket holders. Yeah. So, yes, it'll be crowded. It'll be rocking. It'll be a good time. Here's some of the watch parties. Tom's Watch Bar in Inglewood. Third Base LA in Hollywood, Game Changer Brew House in Sherman Oaks, the Hive Sports Bar and Grill in Anaheim, and Joseph's Bar and Grill in Downey are all hosting Rams fans for Sunday's game. And you can see the NFC Championship game Sunday right here on Fox 11. We're on at 2:30 for a pregame show. Then again after the game with Sports Wrap kickoff in Seattle, 3:30.
It's going to be, everyone's going to be so tired on Monday.
You're right.
Home, to work, and yeah. Because either way you slice it, whatever happens, it's going to be an energetic, adrenaline-filled Sunday. So.
And everyone will be hungover Monday.
And tired.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but one group of pooches would strongly disagree. And Coco McAvoy live in Cerritos, where the Canine Stars, a stunt dog show happening this weekend. Hi there.
Hey there, the Cerritos Center for the Performing Arts is the place to be this Sunday, so you can see Canine Stars. They're so cool. Oh my gosh, this is Dua Lipa with Whitney here. Look at these amazing tricks. I am here with Carrie now. Tell us all about Canine Stars and what people can see on Sunday.
So the Canine Stars is a stunt dog show. We've got all rescue dogs doing incredible tricks, having a lot of fun. We started in 2012, and since then we've adopted dozens of dogs.
Yes.
And all the dogs are actually owned by their trainer. So they're just our own personal pets. We found different trainers from all across North America and Europe that come over and perform with us. Just with their pet dogs. That was Dua Lipa there, and this here is Giddy Up. She's a Chinese crested.
Oh my goodness. She's so cute. We love Giddy.
She's just about 3 years old. You see if she can do some of her dancing tricks.
Yes.
and again, a Chinese crested.
What's so special is these are rescue dogs, right?
Yep. Almost all of them are. I have 15 rescue dogs, Ethan and I. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun to show that to the public that these are dogs that were thrown away. Yeah. And look how amazing they can be. So this one is Kevin. He is our youngest canine star. He's just a year old, and he's with Whitney, who's a part of our stunt dog school. Yes. Every year we do a mentorship program where we pick 5 kids. We have auditions from all over the world. And Whitney was a part of our program when she was about 12 years old. Now she just turned 17. She's performed at Formula One, NASCAR, NFL races, and all of our theater shows, and she goes on tour with us. With this little guy, we have no idea what breed he is. Maybe like a pug pit bull mix. Yes. He's got some crazy tricks. And again, his name is Kevin, named after the minion.
Full of talent.
Kevin.
I love that so much. And I love that you have the mentorship program too, because you also have Fanny here, who's from Hungary. So people from all over the world.
We have, this weekend at Cerritos, we'll have Fanny from Hungary. We've got Blanco from South Korea. And we have Courtney from Canada.
Wow. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Carrie, for speaking with us. And really shout out to all of the dogs, all of the trainers. There's just so much passion that goes into this. And all of the trainers really, really love these dogs, too. And I love to see that because the dogs are so happy. And that's part of why they're performing so well. They're really happy to do it. So definitely come here on Sunday at 3 o'clock. Tickets are still available, but they're quickly selling out. So you're going to want to go to CerritosCenter.com to get your tickets. I'll send it back to you.
They're happy to get the treats, that's for sure.
Kids would love this, right?
Super happy. Yes.
All right, Coco, thank you.
So you've likely seen her imitating moms from neighborhoods all across Southern California and more. Well, Amanda McCants is in the Yamava Lounge. She will be joining us. Hi. Right after this break.
Can you imitate news reporters? News anchors? What do we do?
I'll work on it. Oh, she did the nod. welcome back to GDLA Plus. What's better than one, Amanda?
Two.
And our our plus one today is a social media star, an actress who knows just how the moms of Southern California act and think.
I was walking the Strand. I realized I know every dog by name. Finally, we got an Air One. Why is Manhattan Beach always last? Our new neighbor got an F-250. I mean, it's an eyesore. Forget a facelift. I need a body lift. Ever since Doug went sober, he's been obsessed with sugar. So every Friday night, we wait in that long line at Baccio for gelato. And then I chug a nice cold Sauv when we get home. I'm dieting all the way till parents' weekend in November because I don't want to worry about those calories from the beer keg. So glad you're in the Lorenzo and not the sorority house. It can get so chaotic, and you need to focus on your studies, baby. And that sexy little situationship you have at Sig Chi. Your cousin, Tolliver's thinking about UCLA. I mean, vomit in my mouth. No school spirit. Give me my phone. I need to check if I locked the G-Wagon on my Mercedes app. Not good. If I could put my legs around your father, I could put my legs around that bear. I caught everybody in line. Get in.
Hi, Mom.
But we got to get away from the school because my car might get keyed with how many people I cut off from carpool. All right? I'm going to hook a left. We're in sport mode. That's a curb. Sorry.
Wow.
Relate to that.
So good. Please welcome the beautiful and super funny Amanda McCants to the show.
We're so excited to have you.
I know.
Been following your stuff for a while. So this is, and what did I say? You are even more beautiful in person.
You really are.
Yeah, stunning.
Stunning.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we need to shout out the girls that are pretty and funny.
Yes.
They exist.
Yes.
Thank you. I had to, you know, a lot of money went into my face, but it has paid off. It has paid off, and now we're here.
It's tax deductible.
It is. Well, yeah.
Sure.
It gets a little murky, but as long as the IRS is not watching, this is fine.
Yeah, just hire a good accountant. Get a good accountant.
Tell us about, who are you? Where did you come from?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I'm Amanda McCants. I have been acting since I was 10. I got into comedy really early, and when I left high school, I was like, I don't think college is for me, and so I went straight into acting. Turns out acting is very difficult to make money in. So during the pandemic, I started making videos, and I grew up watching Real Housewives. So I was like, I love rich, opinionated women.
Yeah.
And
they're my favorite.
They're my favorite.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's kind of what the videos
But how do you nail it? I mean, in each neighborhood, it's very specific, you know, where they eat, where they shop, what they drive, and how they act and talk. Like, how do you do research, or how does that all come together?
Yeah, I always say it's my only job. So if I don't get it right, like, that's a huge bummer.
The Westlake.
That's my favorite. Westlake is my favorite because I grew up in Moore Park.
Okay.
So I always love the Westlake moms.
Yeah.
So that was easy for you. It was very close
very
to home.
familiar.
Okay, so that's really important that you said that. This isn't like a side thing you do for fun. This is your job.
This is my job. It's a family business. My sister, who is here with me today, she films all of my videos.
Tess, shout out.
Shout out, Tess.
Yeah.
My mom actually came with us when we were filming Westlake Mom, and it was like a family occasion. She was just like taking pictures behind the scenes, being like, that's my girl.
Amazing.
So how much research are you talking about? Like, truly, like you go into a neighborhood and how much time do you spend there? How do you get to know people? Like, what are we talking about here?
Well, now I have a little bit of a hack. I rely on my audience a lot. I'll post on my story, you know, like, what do Palos Verdes moms do? And they'll say, we go to Yellow Vase, we do this workout, this is our plastic surgeon, and then I put my spin on that.
You crowdsource. That's great.
I crowdsource. So that has helped a lot. But in the beginning, when I didn't have a following, I would meet a friend, you know, one of my best friends lives in Miami, and she would just say certain things, and I was like, oh, that's a funny character. So I would rely on friends, and now I rely on my audience too.
Because you do Miami, you do New York. I mean, it's not just LA, so you're really in...
She's going national.
Yeah. We are going national. Yeah. We have not gone international yet.
You could do it. You could
Can you do España, Mom?
I might get canceled. But yeah.
We love saying Spain only as the way, like,
España.
España.
That's right. But you're not a mom, right?
I am not a mom.
You're not a mom. You just play one.
Yeah. Recently, a guy I was on a date with was like, oh, my friend thinks you're divorced with a kid in Malibu. And I said, okay, I'm not. You know what? I'm not. But that's okay. You know, that makes me happy because then I'm like, well, then you guys think I'm actually a mom and I'm doing my job.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you nail it down to what they're wearing. So you have to have the wardrobe and everything.
Yeah.
I really take that part seriously. Like, I have to get the wardrobe right. I have to get the shoes right. In the beginning, I couldn't afford bags or anything, so I would just have these giant fake bags.
That's amazing.
Because
print the logo out and tape it on.
just tape it on.
Yeah.
But I wear a fake wedding ring in each of the mom videos.
Yes. See, that's what threw me.
Okay, good.
That's good.
Yes. Yeah.
No, that throws off your dates too. Is it hard finding a date because everyone thinks you're a mom?
Well, it's hard finding a date in general.
True.
But
for you, I'm very surprised.
I know. No, you're weeding out the riffraff.
Because men are intimidated by beauty and funny, and she's got both.
And personality.
Oh my gosh.
I know. You're like too much for this world.
Right.
That's really nice, you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, and then when I have a drink in me, I get like extra sassy, and but no, it's been good.
So have you been on the apps, or were you on the apps, or what's?
You were on Raya for a decade.
I might be
still back on it.
No, I've used various apps. You know, it's like when you're dating in LA, you just do anything you can.
There's like celebrities on Raya.
You know, there are.
Well, she's a celebrity now.
You know, I don't know if I like a celeb man.
Yeah,
I really don't.
Because you're the star.
You're the star.
That's
I
right.
rock.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Rock star.
Yeah.
We need rocks.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like a behind-the-scenes guy.
I love a quiet man. I love a quiet. Like, why are you speaking? Like, you know, we could just talk later.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen. We've got a lot of people watching right now. Why don't you just like put the man in manifest and just tell us like what you like in a guy? Maybe he's watching and can slide into your DMs. What do you like, Amanda?
Okay.
What does it take to go from McCant to McCann?
Genius. New series. I like a confident, sporty, funny man, like good with his hands.
Love that.
Like I saw a man open a wine bottle with his hands, and I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, right? Like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Apparently they do it in Europe. I had no idea. That's a European thing. I like that in a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Good. You and her had, Sandra with the hand dress. Like, you like the man hands. When I asked her.
Yeah, feminine hands, no.
No. I need a man hand.
Also, the nails need to be trimmed.
Clean and
let me just
short.
Oh yeah, a man with long nails. Who is that?
Well,
get out of the studio. Yeah.
Well, they're not in the studio.
Okay.
They're somewhere in this building. That was just for someone watching. So which was your first character? Which was the first city you did?
Calabasas Mom I did in 2017.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're on way back. Okay.
Yeah. I just did them for fun in the beginning.
Yeah.
Calabasas starter pack, G-Wagon, gated community access card, right?
Organic tampons.
Organic tampons. Yeah, of course.
A blowout, always.
Of course.
Right.
It's like rapid fire. What city haven't you done that we could tackle together here on this table and tell you?
We haven't done Pebble Beach Mom by Big Sur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you done?
Gotta get the golf club.
Did you do Silver Lake Mom?
I have not done Silver Lake Mom.
I think we need to do a Silver Lake Mom complete with. You need to have granola in a Ziploc bag.
Genius.
Okay, right? Silver Lake. I'm trying to think what else.
Oh, see.
Your yoga mat.
No sense.
Right.
All no hormone disruption.
Your reusable bag.
A tote.
A tote.
A tote.
Yeah. Even though she's filthy rich, but she only uses a canvas
That's
tote.
right. Multiple degrees, very smart. Has a library in the home.
Library in the home with one of the ladders that move on the bookshelf.
Yeah. Okay. Look at that. I love that. We're like
love that.
piecing
See,
it together.
it's fun. Have you done Glendale?
I haven't done Glendale yet. See, you guys are
There's
giving
a
me
lot
so
there.
much.
There's so much.
First of all, you have to have your hair blown out, your makeup fully done.
Diamonds.
Diamond, Gucci bag.
Gucci bag.
Yep.
Sometimes I forget about Gucci, and I can't forget about Gucci. It also photographs so well.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So have we gotten down to Orange County?
We have. We've done Newport, Laguna Beach. I'm sorry. Tess, did we do an OC Mom? No, we didn't. Sorry.
You have a lot to cover still, and you've covered so much already.
How did you get your sister to like tag along with this? Yeah. Like, how did that happen?
You know, I think I just like bought her something nice, and I was like, "There's more where that came from."
I see she has a nice bag.
Yeah, I was like, I got that for her.
Actually, that is a really nice bag.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we hang out and you know, we have our little rescue dog, and a lot of times it's us three just filming, we bring them in the stroller.
You are big. I want to give you a shout out because you are really big with Adopt, Don't Shop, as am I. My doggies are rescue. Today is Furry Friday. That's why I'm wearing leopard. Can you just share why it's so important for people to visit their local shelter or really, really consider adopting before just going to a breeder?
Yeah, absolutely. I've learned so much. I rescued my dog through Paw Works in the Thousand Oaks Mall.
Paw Works is great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I really saw the system after that. I tagged along with Rita Blackwell to the Lancaster Animal Shelter, and these dogs really have less than 30 days before they are euthanized, simply because there is no space. And that's happening at most shelters in LA County, I believe. So these dogs, nothing is wrong with them. I remember I said to someone one time, I was really big on rescue, and she goes, well, the dogs in the shelters, like, something's wrong with them, right? And I was like, well, you're just misinformed. You know, that she's not a bad person. Not a bad person, you're just misinformed. These dogs are amazing. They're ready to be loved, and they're ready to just be brought into your home.
Yeah. I love that you said that because nothing's wrong with my baby, and I love her.
Yeah,
So,
and you don't know until you see it. I mean, I had no idea.
You just need a little patience.
You just need a,
That's it, so they can readjust.
Yes, exactly. For the first time I fostered a dog, I saw him at the shelter. I stand with my pack, and I saw this dog. And I was like, okay, I'm bringing him home for the holidays. We're going to get this dog adopted. We got him washed. We got him groomed. We found a great adopter for him. So it's really a great process to go through.
Yeah.
And especially in the industry I'm in, like, I need to touch grass sometimes. Yeah. And fostering dogs is such a great way to do that.
Literally touching grass when you pick up there.
Touching grass. They were like, yeah. So it was a crazy experience, but it was just so heartwarming and amazing.
God, I love you even more.
Thank you so much.
Truly.
Yeah. Girls with heart.
Yeah, they exist.
Yeah.
They exist. Right here on GDLA.
Right here.
Right. We're going to keep you around. Is that okay? Do you have somewhere to be?
No, I'm here.
We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
Just go film her new mom series.
Right after.
Yeah, after.
Yeah.
Right back.
So how many do you have in the